Everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Car Boot Tim. This is, I believe, episode 9 or 10. I think it's actually 10, so if it is, that's great. We're at 10. If not, we're at 9. You go double check that. I went to my more local car boot today. Because my parents weren't stopping off at Nut Hill today, so I thought, I'll go to the more local one. So got down there early, and it was quite big, and luckily there was a few other people after video games up, but it wasn't nowhere near as competitive as Nut Hill, so that was good. So let's go through. I got a really good pile, but I'll leave that to the end because I think that's like one of the last things I got. But we'll start going through. It's got this Wario 50p. I just hadn't seen a Wario before, and he made me laugh, and I thought I really need to do top down plushes, but there was something charming about this guy, and I couldn't say no. They actually had like Mario and Luigi, and I think they had the one-up mushroom as well. But yeah, they decided not to. Right, just trying to figure out which pile. Some of these come from many different piles. The busy boy is a car boot of many different prices. So I'll start off. I think these were like 50p games. I got Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition. That's I think comes with all the DLC. Call of Duty 3 on the Wii. Can't go wrong with some Call of Duty. I remember picking this up for £1 because it was the only Wii game on the store, and I thought, hey ho, I'm enjoying collecting for the Wii. So I seem to be collecting more for these more modern consoles. I think this was a 50p because I never buy wrestling games. I've never been into wrestling, but I think when it's like 50p, can't go wrong. That was it. This lady, I think, said I could have 3 games for 50 pence. I also got Nuclear Strike. And yes, I know this is a demo, but I absolutely adore this game, Eco. And it has a demo of Eco on there. And yes, I do have the full game. I think I've got the PS3 and the PlayStation 2 version. But it's kind of like there's so little like Eco stuff out there that like anything like remotely to do with Eco, I will pick up. So yeah, I was really happy. There's a few demos, a demo disc, said playable demos. But yeah, even if it's just a video, I just like picking up anything to do with Eco. So yeah, anything with Eco essentially on it, I will pick up. This was 20p. I got a load of these from one guy. He just said everything like all the media stuff 20p. I got the 2-disc edition of Advent Children. I got Battle Royale 2 because I've actually never seen the second one, and at 20p he had some like anime DVDs and stuff. Now this is something I've never seen at a car boot. I have never picked up any Vita games. I know this is FIFA, but I don't think they released like, I think they may release this and one other FIFA. You can't go for 20p, you can't go wrong, so I picked that up. Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. Some good corny fun there, and this was 20p as well. It's like the first saw Zombie U, I thought for 20p. So shockingly, I haven't catched a lot of Wii U stuff at the car boot yet. I think in the next couple of years, that's definitely going to be one you see way more of. Now, next pile I'm going through, I think I paid about £2 for these games. I think there's a few in here. Okay, Dash. This guy had some really nice games. Like he had Animal Crossing and Mario Kart. And I was literally paying for it because I literally was trying to just grab everything as quickly as possible. Literally, another guy sort of came up time grabbing games. So when you're in that situation, you're just a bit like, oh, I just need to grab. And luckily, I sort of paid and he said, oh, check everything's in there. And I sort of went back through them. Fortunately, Pokemon and Animal Crossing, not Pokemon, Mario and Animal Crossing weren't in there. So if I had Animal Crossing, then that would have been some good trade, CEX trade. Especially at the moment, everything's going nuts. So this is what I think I mostly got from him. I got Sonic Colors, can't go wrong with Sonic. FIFA, because I did pick up some DS games from 50p, so I'm trying to remember. No, this is definitely, this is from this guy, same guy, Sonic All Star. I didn't even know they released Pinata games. I thought it was like an Xbox thing because it's rare, but anything to do with rare, I'm just like, yes please, pick up. So pick that up. And this is probably the most interesting one, Harvest Fishing. I believe this is some sort of Harvest Moon spin-off, because I know there's this weird thing about Harvest Moon that literally the people who dubbed the game or thingy translated the game into English actually owned the name Harvest Moon. And what recently happened is the people who essentially own the rights to the game fell out with the people who own like the rights to the translations and who did all the translations, but they still own the copyrights to the name Harvest Moon. So I believe they have to call Harvest Moon games over here like A Wonderful Life or something, and this other company is still now allowed to release Harvest Moon games. They sort of make their own games. So I'm not sure this is from that. I think this is a bit earlier. I'm pretty sure it's only quite recently that's happened. But yeah, if you ever see anything like on the Switch that's Harvest Moon, that's not actually Harvest Moon. I've forgotten because they just recently re-released one of the games, like a remake of one. This is what I picked up for 50p. Doctor Who. I heard this is terrible, but it's probably nowhere near as bad as current Doctor Who. Got my dig in there. Iron Man, because you can't go wrong with some Sega. I think this isn't that great either, but I like collecting from a DS. Now this is literally what I picked up right at the start of the day. Pokemon the Encyclopedia. It was just on a stall. So it's like, I think, a board game and an encyclopedia. It goes all the way up to Gen 6. It's sort of just all the information about all the characters and stuff. As it comes free with a Pikachu figure, and instead of it's like a board game in there you can play. So, oh yeah, so I'll talk about what I didn't pick up. There was a lady had a Wii, 30 quid. I sort of said to her, she actually has some controllers with it, but the Wii have really gone down and stuff, and I'm just a bit like, I know I can trade it on, but I just wouldn't. He wasn't, as I said, when I did those other two, it was worth it. So I was looking through the games. She did have a big stack of games, and there were like even Motion Plus controllers. But I thought, I don't know. I just felt I really do just try to collect. I do like to get a bit of CEX trade here and there. Don't get me wrong, but I just felt, oh, I'm just going to leave it for someone else. Someone else can get it. And I think it's like right at the end, I'm pretty sure I saw a gentleman picking it up. So hopefully he can do something with it. So there's no point just buying everything and leaving nothing for no one else. No, I am there. I think these are like 20p games here. And that's why I bought like Guitar Hero. And this is Grand Theft Auto. And I think if I'm correct, it has 4 for the PlayStation 3. And I keep forgetting if I have that. So I picked that up at 20p. You're gonna I think there's 20p another can sell, but I'm pretty sure I didn't have that. Got GTA 3 Platinum Edition. I don't think I had the Platinum Edition. Bully or Canis, because they changed the name. Canis Edit. Last 2, or the big haul at the end. I said Conflict, Cobra System, and I've actually paid £2 for this one. I could have looked interesting. I've never seen it before, and I was like, as I say, I collect my PS2, so if I see anything interesting PS2, you know, even sometimes I am willing to actually pay a bit more if it just looks interesting, because as I said, I'm just interested in this stuff. It's random rubbish. So yeah, there was also some PlayStation 4 games, and the guy wanted a fiver, but I just didn't know anything about it. The other week, I think I picked up a PS4 game, thinking I just would consider, oh yeah, everything must be PS4, must be quite expensive, and it wasn't. So I just decided to leave it. I think I saw someone else picking them up. I'm pretty sure I saw someone else had them in their bag. So that was cool. Right, so this is almost the last big pickup of the day. Literally, it was awesome. I was on this stall, and it was one of those house clearances. And down at my local, they always get ravaged, the house clearance. And I understand, but it feels like you have to camp out at them to get something good. And I'm just a bit more of a guy who's like, no, I'm just going to run around this car boot, find it. So I think it worked well, because we get guys who camp, and we get people like me who just doesn't mind running around the smaller stalls getting stuff. So, you know, it's fair doing it that way. But as this car boot is a bit different, people weren't really camping, so literally the guy just set up. So sort of started rummaging, found some VHSs, and always anytime I see VHSs, there's a few VHSs I'm actually looking for, I would think, no, I'm going to have a look, because it's from this sort of era you could get some like maybe Mega Drive. Always looking like VHS boxes, because you never know, someone may just stuck a Mega Drive game in there, because it's the same size box. They came across a box that had a couple of PS1 games, and like I think Pokemon Rangers for the DS, and of course I was like, yeah, Pokemon Rangers, open it up, not in there. So we've had a third game not in there, like really good game. But I sort of going through the PS1, and sort of one of the guys they installed was like, hey, like just put a new box of video games out over there, and I could literally see it was full of PS1 games. I was like, yes, please. And yeah, he said £2 each, and I just picked out a pile I wanted. So I actually left some behind. He like left stuff like Tomb Raider behind. So it's neat. Okay, this is interesting. Siphon that Villa, Siphon Villa 2. Actually, I'll look at the side. Siphon Villa 2. I probably really mispronounced that. They actually had the first game as well, but it was so beat up. It had like no label. I just decided to leave it for £2. But so I thought I'd pick up that one as a nice addition. Die Hard trilogy. I'm pretty sure I don't have this, and I actually been after this for a while. Everyone raved like this is like people. I remember a lot of people raving about this back in the day. Warzone 2100. Yeah, I just said I don't like picking up interesting things. There was quite a lot of interesting stuff, but I said it was £2 a game. So even £1, I thought you would pick the whole box up, but I thought I'd leave some. Sheep. I don't know. I vaguely remember having this game on PC, and I don't think it was great, but I just saw it there and I thought maybe it's better on the PS1. Soviet Strike. I said that doesn't. I think it doesn't have the thing. Yeah, no, I was saying it's an interesting game. So they had Tomb Raider. I had quite a nice condition, but I know I have Tomb Raider, so I was like, I'll leave that behind. Hopefully, someone else can do something, whether that be another collector or someone who is looking to trade stuff on. Yes, Fantastic Four. I actually had a friend a few years ago who had this on his stall. I actually hadn't seen him all this year. One of like the first car boot friends I made. I think he wanted quite a bit for it. But yeah, I picked this up. £2. I'm super happy with that. As saying, I think it's like a platform or something. It looks quite interesting, whatever it is. So this, as I said, this is a quarantine box, by the way, if anybody's wondering. At the moment I'm just putting everything into quarantine for 72 hours just to be safe, and then everything will go into its boxes, whether it's DS, 3DS, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, to see how big the PlayStation 2 boxes get. And the last game I picked up, I have been after this for ages. I actually own a Japanese copy of this, but this is a lot harder to come by. Kisasumi, and I probably have horribly mispronounced that. Yeah, it was just this really quirky sort of puzzle game back in the day. I mean, I've checked it. It's not overly. I think I think the sequel's like a lot harder to get. Like Kisasumi Final, but for £2 at car boot, I'm super happy with that. It shows you can still. Because I really was saying PlayStation 1, it is, I did get that lot earlier on, and I really did get super lucky with that lot, and I literally did pick everything up in that pile. But yeah, PlayStation 1, you really do have to get kind of lucky, because I think people really are nostalgic for this. Like PlayStation 2, people will just leave it right now, because people are just a bit like, I think there's too much of it. Anyone who's looking to sell the car boot or looking to resell on the car boot, they're probably thinking, I'm not really going to make my money on PlayStation 2 game. So PlayStation 1, on the other hand, people will. The other thing I do notice a lot is people will put it in CD boxes. So always look in CD boxes. You'll find PC games. And these are always easy to find because they are way thicker than the thing. So yes, that's today's haul. Oh, and another super cute story about it. When I was looking through these, because early on that DS one, there was like hands going everywhere when I was looking through it. And it was funny, so I was like, oh, all the people trying to get the video games at the same time. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden a little sausage dog sort of comes up to the box and sort of starts going looking through it. And I'm just like, oh, you're the most adorablest little person trying to beat me to video games I've ever met. And he just sort of started looking through it. I mean, he was looking at the Tomb Raider. I think he wanted his owner to buy Tomb Raider for him. But yeah, those adorable. I really wish I just gone and taken a photo of it. It was that adorable. But yeah, I said overall, good car boot sale. said, I actually didn't catch anyone really there. I caught a few people, some of the stall owners that recognised me from my other place. But yeah, I know a lot of people were going to Nut Hill and other places today. So hopefully they're watching. I hope you had a good time, good hauls. I'm looking forward to seeing your guys' videos on the hauls you got. And yeah, should be back on Wednesday as long as it's not raining. To say I got the day off. Oh, no, I haven't got the day off. I'm on a late, so I can do an early morning. So yeah, that's really good. So yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, make sure to comment on what you're doing in YouTube videos, please. I actually quite enjoy watching other people's. Give us a like, a subscribe. Give us a dislike if you don't like us. Tell us what we're doing wrong here. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be back on Wednesday, hopefully with some more good stuff. So we'll hopefully see you then. Until then, goodbye and good luck booting.